Are you a banking professional and wish to switch your career to being a business analyst? Then please be with me so that I can explain you a step-by-step process to become a business analyst. My name is Abhishek Shrivastava and I am from Techcanvass. Techcanvass is an IIB endorsed education provider and PMI authorized training partner. Through them, we offer business analysis and project management certification programs. So what's on the agenda? I will start by telling you what is the role of a business analyst from a high level perspective. Then I'll tell you the skills which are needed to become a business analyst, and then using those skills as a foundation, I'll tell you how do you go about becoming a business analyst, what are the skills which you have which can be reused, or skills which are transferable for a banking professional. So let's get started. Who is a business analyst? So from a very high level perspective, business analyst is an intermediary between the business team and the technology team. So they understand the requirements from the business and then translate them into a set of requirements which the technology team can understand. Once the software is ready, then it is again tested by the business analyst and given to the business to conduct their testing before they can accept it. So overall, it's a role which works as an interface between the business and the technology. Now, in order to perform your role very well, you need to have certain skills. What are those skills? So, skills can be divided into two distinct phases in a business analyst career. One which you need to become a business analyst, and once you need to succeed later on in your career as a business analyst. Let me give you a very broad perspective of all the key skills. So we have created a craft framework which describes or captures these four key skills. First one is in the field of soft skills. It comprises of communication, interaction, and behavioral skill. So communication skills itself is a broad area, includes presentation skills and also knowing which stakeholder will need what kind of information. Do we need to give them tech info or do we need to give them a basic presentation which they can connect with and understand? Please remember, as a business analyst, it's important for us to get a proper confirmation from the customer before we proceed further. Otherwise, the investment done in the coding work will go wasted. Apart from that, you also need facilitation skills, coordination skills, and the customer relationship management. Extremely important. Next one is core BA skills, the skills which are required to perform your responsibilities on a day-to-day basis, which includes learning how to create a process diagram, how to write requirements, how to create specifications document, or even how to create prototypes. These are your core and formal BA skills. Next one is functional knowledge. You need to understand a bit about the business. For example, if you're working on a project which is related to retail banking, you need to understand the basic terminologies and the processes of retail banking in order to understand the requirements properly. Without that, it is very difficult. Good news is that in the beginning stages, you may not require very in-depth domain knowledge. But as I mentioned, in the second stage of your career, you must strive to gain expertise in any one or two domains. Gaining expertise takes a bit of time, actually a few years. So you cannot target to become expert in the entire banking domain or entire insurance domain, for example. But the focus should be to get basic knowledge to start with and then gain expertise later on. Finally, functional testing, which is required because you need to make sure that the software which is developed meets the customer requirements. Now let's come to the step-by-step approach. So there are 6 steps in this. We'll start with the first one, the most important, which is skill gap analysis. You need to know what kind of skills do you possess, and what is the gap with respect to the skills required to become a business analyst. So in the previous slide, we did discuss about the skills. Now you have to compare your skills with this. Now, since you are a banking professional, let me tell you some positives about the banking sector profiles. So if you're working in a core banking area, you might carry certain domain skills. If you have worked in credit division, if you worked in credit cards, if you worked in loans, you might be familiar with the entire process, how those divisions work. That's a big plus. So imagine you are asked to work in a project which is from your area. IT industry is looking for such people who carry the business knowledge. So that's a plus point. But let's say you are not working in the core domain area, you are working in the front end, working as a relationship manager, then you have still some positive in you, which is you know how to manage customers. You have been selling them. You are trying to map your products to their either wealth or to their needs. So you have that positive aspect which is very much required as a business analyst. And the third is the business focus. You must understand the business side of the requirement, which means that what is the objective or the business goal of creating a project or creating a software. That business focus is extremely important because at the end of the day, a business is looking to achieve certain goals. They are not looking to just develop this software, but they are looking to develop or achieve rather a goal. So we always carry an advantage if we understand the business side of every project. So these are some of the skills which are transferable, or you can carry it forward to your business analyst role and will carry your weight when you are applying for the BA position. However, if you come from banking sector but have no knowledge of IT, it is something which you have to work on. That may be a negative in terms of the extra effort you might be required to put in. So once you have done that analysis, now you know what you need to acquire. So what you can do, you can then plan for how do you acquire that knowledge. You want to do a course, how long you can do a course, can you do it on daily basis, or you have to do it on a weekly basis. That you can determine and then enroll for a particular program. But always remember, certification is important for you to be part of your overall approach. Why do I say that? That is because certifications provide some kind of guarantee to the employer that this person has at least the basic knowledge of business analysis. Without that, it's very difficult for an employer to really just look at the resume and believe what is written there. There have been several cases of fake resumes. So always make certification as part of your career transition roadmap. So you may enroll for an ECBA program, which is one of the most important certifications for entry-level BA positions. And once you have enrolled, start working on your resume. Your resume should stand out. So one of the things would be the certification itself. Other one, you start adding those key skills which we discussed some time back in your resume. Your first page on the resume should be highlighting those skills. Whether you just know it, because as an entry level BA aspirant, you may not be having experience in any of the core BA skills, but you can show that you have the knowledge and you have the certification. And on top of it, you highlight whatever you are carrying forward from your banking profile. Next step is to go through the program, learn and practice. Be very diligent in learning every concept, and as much practice as you can do will be good for you. Typically, the overall process should take around 12 weeks. Part of that would be 5 to 6 weeks for the course. Next step is to prepare for the interview. It's important that you are ready for the interview. So how do you get ready? By knowing what kind of questions are asked and practicing for it. How do you practice? You can record your answers and listen to it. You can make the first impression about yourself. How is your answer? Because in the interview, you don't have much time to answer all the questions. So you need to be short and crisp and to the point. You can take help from your friend, your seniors, or you can buy some kind of a professional interview question and answers package so that you can listen to the correct answers and then practice. Finally, if you're still not confident, then you can do dry runs. So what is a dry run? Dry run is actually going to a company and appearing for the interview. Now, you don't want to do that with the company where you want to join. Everybody has some dream companies saying, I want to work with this company. That is not part of, or that should not be part of your dry run. You should choose companies where possibly you don't want to go. Even if you are not selected, it's fine with you. Now, that will give you the best preparation for your interviews. You can judge yourself by the result and also by how you fare in the interview. So, these are the 6 steps which you should be taking to transition your career from being a banking professional to a business analyst. And as I mentioned, it should take somewhere around 10 to 12 weeks. Techcanvass has some free resources for you which can help you. To start with, we have a blog at businessanalyst.techcanvass.com. We have a YouTube channel where you can search for Techcanvass and you can get plenty of resources. And finally, we have events or webinars which are conducted every weekend. Some of them are focused on entry-level business analyst aspirants. So subscribe to our events and you can get the notifications. I hope I'm able to give you a good roadmap for you to transition from being a banker or a banking professional to a business analyst. In case you need any help, please write to us at info@techcanvass.com. Thank you for being part of this video. See you in the next video.